The story begins in a school in Germany. A strange incident was under police investigation there. Meanwhile, a mysterious woman arrived in front of the school. She saw a table outside that had blood on it. The strangest part was that there was a huge hole in the first floor wall. Looking at it, it seemed as if someone had thrown the table with tremendous force. The woman immediately went inside the school and saw a little girl hiding in the court. The girl's name was Wendy. She had headphones in her ears and was listening to music to calm herself. The woman introduced herself as Dr. Stern. She said she was a government psychiatrist and would take Wendy to a safe place. Years later, Wendy is now working as a waitress. She takes her medicine every morning. She lives with her husband Mars, who is a security guard, and her son Carl. Her life is okay, but they are struggling financially. They couldn't even pay the EMI on the loan they had taken to buy their house. Because of this, Wendy decided to talk to her boss about a salary raise. After breakfast, she said bye to her husband and son and left for work. After finishing her shift, she went to her boss's office and said she wanted a promotion. She said she had been working there for 3 years. But her boss directly refused, saying Wendy still needed to learn more and that it wasn't the right time yet. She said they would talk later. On top of that, she increased Wendy's workload. Wendy hated doing the garbage-throwing job. But hoping for a promotion, she still did the work. When she went near the cashier's box, a beggar asked her for food. Without telling her boss, Wendy gave him some food. The man thanked her and said, "You are one of us." Wendy didn't understand what he meant. She quickly finished her work and left for home. On the way, some local goons began teasing her. They called out to her from behind, but Wendy ignored them and kept walking with her headphones on. A few minutes later, she was crossing a bridge when a man suddenly ran toward her. Wendy thought it was one of those goons again, so she swung her bag at him. But it turned out to be the same beggar she had fed earlier. The beggar introduced himself as Merrick. Merrick asked her if she was taking her medicine every day. Wendy was shocked. How did this man even know about her medication? Merrick told her that the medicine was suppressing her powers. Wendy thought the man was crazy. But Merrick proved himself by jumping off the bridge. He fell straight onto the road below but didn't get hurt at all. Wendy was shocked to see that even after falling from such a height, nothing happened to him. But then suddenly a speeding truck ran right over Merrick. Seeing this gave Wendy a huge shock. She called the emergency number and immediately left the place. The next morning, Wendy went to Dr. Stern's therapy session. But she didn't mention the bridge incident. She only said that she had a strange dream where she had superpowers. Just from that, Dr. Stern said her medication needed to be increased. After therapy, when Wendy came home, she found another eviction notice. Their money problems were getting worse. Still, Wendy believed she would get a promotion someday. One day, while throwing out the garbage, Wendy saw Merrick again. He was still alive, and completely fine. Merrick told her that he was also a freak, a person who had special abilities. Merrick had an indestructible body. Now that he had proved it, he told Wendy to stop taking the medicine. That night, Wendy threw her pills into the toilet. In the next few days, Wendy started feeling strange. Her body hurt badly while working. When she was preparing a meal for a customer, she accidentally bent a steel tray. Soon she realized she had super strength. She hid the tray so no one would see it. Later, while she was walking home, the same goons began bothering her again. Wendy told them to leave her alone. But their leader pushed her. In anger, Wendy threw him far away with ease. When the others attacked, Wendy knocked all of them down with a single punch each. For the first time, she felt free and happy. The next morning, Wendy was happily doing her work. Suddenly, Dr. Stern arrived unannounced and said that Wendy had missed her therapy session. She explained the benefits of Wendy's medication. Wendy felt suspicious but still promised she would definitely come next week. Right after the doctor left, Wendy's boss came to her, holding the same bent steel tray. She accused Wendy, saying she knew Wendy had done it. She also said she would deduct money from Wendy's salary, She grabbed her boss by the shirt and lifted her into the air. "If you cut my salary, you fat cow, you'll regret it your whole life." Terrified by this, the boss ran into her office. After this, Vadi went to meet Merrick and asked him about her powers. Merrick explained that there were many people like them in the world, but the government was using those medicines to suppress their abilities. If Vadi wanted to learn more truth, she needed to investigate the therapy building. Vadi went to the building, but it was completely locked. She wondered how to get inside without making noise. Then she remembered a superhero movie where the hero jumped from one building to another. Vadi thought, "Maybe I can do it too." And she actually made a massive leap and entered the building. Inside, Vadi found a file containing records of many patients. One of them was for Elmar, the guy she worked with. Seeing this made her suspect that Elmar might also be a freak. Vadi went to his house and saw him about to take his medicine. She stopped him and told him that those pills were suppressing his powers. Naturally, Elmar found this unbelievable. But since he was a huge superhero fan, he trusted Vadi. Plus, he was fed up living with his father and stepmother, who constantly insulted him. If he really had powers, maybe he'd finally gain some respect at home. So he promised he wouldn't take the medicine anymore. Another day passed, and now Vadi felt even stronger and more confident. She stormed into the boss's office to ask for a promotion. But before the boss could speak, Vadi said, "Yes, thank you for increasing my salary. I'll work very hard." At the end of the day, she met Elmar. He had also stopped taking the pills. Right in front of Vadi, he lifted a lamp and switched it on using the power of his mind. After quitting the medicine, Elmar realized that electricity flowed through his body. This was his superpower. The two went out at night to talk, and they realized their powers had been suppressed since childhood. Elmar now believed that their powers were gifts from God and that people like them were meant for something great, like superheroes in the Marvel movies. But Vadi wanted to solve her financial problems first. So when they walked past an ATM, Vadi kicked it open and took all the money so she could pay their house loan. After that, she told Elmar they should enjoy a little too, and they went to a nightclub to have fun. At night, Vadi saw some guys harassing a girl. She stepped forward and told them to follow her to the alley behind the club. As soon as they reached a quiet spot, Vadi beat all of them up. Her super strength was too much for them. One guy still tried to attack from behind, but Elmar arrived just in time and shocked him with electricity. Vadi thanked Elmar, and both went home. When Vadi got home, she found her husband asleep in the living room. As soon as he woke up, Vadi gave him the money to pay off the loan. They spent some loving moments together. The next day, Vadi went to pick up her son Carl from school and saw 3 boys bullying him. Their leader mocked Vadi as she walked toward them. Instead of scolding them, Vadi simply broke all 3 of their bicycles with ease. Carl had no idea his mom was so strong. He was shocked to see her power. After paying off all the debts, Vadi began filling the swimming pools so she could enjoy some time with her family. But she didn't know that the boys from the nightclub had gone to the police to file a complaint. They told the police that a woman with super strength had attacked them. At first, the police thought it was a joke. But then the chief called in an expert, and that expert was Dr. Stern, who wanted to know more about this woman. Meanwhile, Vadi took Elmar to meet Merrick, and Elmar demonstrated his power by turning on all the electricity in Merrick's house. The 3 were talking when Merrick revealed that there were more people like them, locked inside a psychiatric clinic. Hearing this, Elmar decided he would rescue them and show the world the truth. But Merrick felt it was too risky. If they were caught, the government would imprison them too. However, Vadi said she wasn't an animal, she was a human being. It wasn't their fault they were born with powers. They deserved a chance to live freely. When the other 2 still hesitated, Merrick also agreed to help and showed them the clinic's location. The 3 got into a car and left. Elmar even showed them his superhero costume. He called himself Electroman. He had also made costumes for the other 2. But Merrick refused to wear those costumes, and Vadi only put on a red wig. When they reached the clinic, Merrick and Elmar waited outside while Vadi went to speak to the security guard. The guard said no one could enter without permission. But Vadi flirted with him and asked for directions to the bathroom, then cleverly slipped inside. When the guard turned around, Vadi knocked him unconscious and tied him up with duct tape. Now the only thing left was shutting off the cameras, and Elmar did that by sending a powerful electric shock to the panel. As the entire defense system shut down, the three of them went inside to look for the patients. But they didn't know that the guard had regained consciousness. Even while tied up, he managed to reach the alarm button and called for backup. Meanwhile, Vadi and her team found the patients. But just then, a police officer arrived and pointed a gun at them, ordering everyone to surrender. Vadi shoved a table toward him, and in a sudden movement, the officer fired, hitting Merrick. But it didn't hurt him at all. The alarm blared, and now the three of them tried to escape. But many police officers surrounded them with guns. At that moment, heavy rain started falling outside. Elmar used it to generate an electric charge that knocked out all the police officers. Finally, they escaped. But Vadi got anxious and told them to stop the car. She was scared that the officers might have died from the electric shock. Merrick scolded Elmar for using his powers carelessly. Elmar didn't understand half of what he was saying. Anyway, he believed his powers were given by God for a purpose. But Vadi felt terrible and decided to forget everything and return to her family. She hosted a party at her house and invited neighbors to spend some time with her family. However, Elmar didn't want to stop using his powers. And now he feared Merrick might try to stop him. So he went to Dr. Stern and said he wanted to continue therapy. He added, "Something strange happened to me. A homeless man told me to stop taking the medicine." Hearing this, Dr. Stern asked who that man was. Elmar cunningly revealed Merrick's location. A few hours later, armed agents reached Merrick's hideout. He tried to escape but was caught. They took him to the clinic. Vadi didn't know any of this. She was spending time with her family when Elmar arrived at her house, wearing his superhero costume. Vadi let him in and asked why he was there. Elmar told her that Merrick had been captured and now he feared they would be next. He then said he had found a way to save themselves. He wanted Vadi to go with him because if they combined their powers, no one could stop them. Vadi refused. She didn't want to hurt anyone or put her family in danger. Elmar didn't like that answer. He became angry and left. He decided, "These are my powers. I'll use them however I want. No one can stop me." Meanwhile, at Vadi's house, her husband asked who that man was and what he wanted. Vadi couldn't hide the truth anymore, and told him that Elmar was a kind of superhero. "People like us are called freaks because we have powers. But until now, the medicines my psychiatrist gave me had suppressed my abilities." Marcus didn't believe her, and said she was hallucinating. "You're not taking your medication on time, right?" He picked up the phone to call Dr. Stern. Vadi tried to stop him. She only pushed him lightly, but her strength was too great. The force of her shove injured his hand. All the guests were shocked to see this. Their son, Carl, asked, "Mom, why did you do that?" Vadi realized her mistake and ran out of the house. After thinking for a long time, she decided to meet Elmar. Elmar was at home. His father came to talk to him and said, "I'm tired of watching my son waste his life. Go outside, do some work. Why do you read these comic books all day?" Elmar finally spoke his heart. He said, "After Mom died, I always longed for your love. But instead, all I got was scolding and pressure to achieve something. Did you ever ask what I wanted?" His father felt bad hearing this and apologized. They hugged each other, and it seemed like everything was okay. But inside, Elmar was still filled with rage. Years of bottled-up anger pushed him over the edge, and he killed his father. At that moment, Vadi arrived and was horrified. But Elmar didn't care. He said, "We are special. We were born to rule this world." But Vadi didn't want any of this. She started to leave, but Elmar stopped her and knocked her out with an electric shock. A few hours later, Vadi woke up tied to a bed in a room. Dr. Stern was sitting beside her. Vadi tried to run away, but the doctor said, I'm only trying to save you, especially after that old incident. Vedi remembered the time when she had gone to the principal's office with her mother in school. The principal had taken her headphones. This made Vedi extremely angry. Using her powers, she pushed the table toward the principal, and he, along with the table, crashed through the wall and fell outside. Remembering all this made Vedi feel terrible. Dr. Stern told her, "You need treatment so you don't hurt others." After this, Dr. Stern even spoke to Mars, saying that he should get his son checked too, just in case he also had powers. Vedi slowly started to listen to the doctor and began visiting the clinic more. Days passed, and because of the medicine, Vedi started becoming weaker. But now she was afraid of her own powers. One night when the nurse was about to come in to give her the medicine, Elmar arrived. He gave Vedi a music player, just like the one she had when she was a child. He told her to accept who she really was and to leave that place with him. But Vedi refused and started screaming for help. Elmar left, saying, "One day you will come to me." A few minutes later, the entire city experienced a blackout. Something had gone wrong at the power plant. At that time, Mars and Carl were at home when someone knocked on the door. As soon as Mars opened it, Elmar was standing there. Mars recognized him and told him to leave. When Elmar didn't go peacefully, Mars punched him. But Elmar calmly said, "Relax," and extended his hand, saying, "Help me up." Meanwhile at the clinic, the power cut unlocked all the doors, and people began running everywhere. Vedi quickly ran out too because she was worried about her family. But Dr. Stern arrived with a guard to stop her. The guard tried to grab Vedi, but Marek showed up and knocked the guard down. Dr. Stern picked up the guard's gun and aimed it at Vedi. Panicking, she fired, and the bullet hit Marek. Because of the medicines, his powers weren't working and he collapsed right there. Seeing this filled Vedi with rage, and she pushed the doctor. But poor Marek couldn't survive the injury. Before dying, he told Vedi, "Tell the world the truth. They deserve to know about us." Vedi ran home and saw that Elmar was standing there with Carl. Around him was a slot car track, which Elmar could use to electrocute Carl. Elmar again offered Vedi a deal. "Come with me. Together we will rule the world." But Vedi refused and attacked him. However, her powers had not fully returned yet. Elmar struck her and sent her flying. Vedi fell near the bathroom where Mars was trapped in wires. He threw her the rubber gloves that could absorb electric shocks. Vedi quickly put them on and attacked Elmar. With a powerful shove, she sent him flying out the window straight into the pool. His body was full of electricity at that moment, and as soon as he hit the water, his own power caused a short circuit, killing him instantly. The fight was over. Vedi had saved her family. She told them she had to run away for a few days because she had to find others like her, people with powers. Carl and Mars accepted her truth. Vedi left, and shortly after, agents reached their home and found Elmar's dead body. A few days later, Vedi began her mission, finding other freaks, freeing them, and revealing the truth to the world. Now she wasn't going to stop until everyone knew the reality of her people. If you liked the video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.